I hear a lot of passion in your words when you're talking about and doing a project that you connect with. Can you tell us about your favorite project that you've ever done in the last 15 years?
Wow. Wow. Yeah, you know what? It's not something I thought about for a while, but we did a project for a guy called Jack Gutman, and Jack Gutman owns a building called the Chelsea Arts Tower, and the Chelsea Arts Tower is on 25th Street. And Jack came to us with a set of plans to build out an event space. So it was a commercial project to build out an event space, and the designer that to do the project had come with a great design, but for an event space, the client was very concerned about its durability. There were a lot of very delicate finishes. There were a lot of aspects to the project that were going to add the potential to add a lot of cost to a potential user of the space. So we worked closely with the designer and Jack to make the space more robust, using materials that were less delicate. And we came across chainmail. Now, chainmail is stuff used in armor, right? So this chainmail is a fine chainmail that's normally used as curtains. And what we did was we used it in a horizontal application. We made these giant frames, stretched this chainmail over it, and hung it in panels 30 feet by 10 feet. So these beautiful long panels which had this amazing belly in it when it was hung. And when you put the house lighting, which is basically theatrical type lighting, when you put the theatrical lighting down either side, you could light one side of this curve with, say, a red light, and the other side with a blue light, and get this incredible effect on the ceiling. As well as putting Venetian plaster, which is super durable, Venetian plaster around the sides. We used an epoxy resin floor. We put in AV at all kinds of points. We put full DMX switching in, so you could do full theatrical lighting, full theatrical sound. And it took the space from being a great place for a wedding or a bar mitzvah to a place that you could do anything with. You could have catwalks there. They had Marc Jacobs do a catwalk there for private clients. They had Goldman Sachs rented out to do a big presentation for their top traders or whatever it was. So the space went from being great for a single thing to being used, and it's probably I think it's one of the top event spaces in New York now.
Wow.
And the thing that really made it cool was I got a call from a friend of mine who's in the flower business. He does the flower arranging and events and this sort of stuff. And he gave me a call and said, "Man, I was in this amazing space last week. It's called the Chelsea Arts Tower. We could do all this stuff, and it was so well thought out. You should speak to the designer." I'm like, "Dude, we built it." And that was just one of those moments. It was probably about 8 years ago that we built it. So we'd been going for a while, 7 or 8 years. We were kind of finding our feet and becoming more professional. And this was one of those moments where it was the 22nd floor, 23rd floor of this building. You can see the Hudson River on one side, that you can see the whole of northern Manhattan out of another, sort of these 12-foot windows all the way around it. And it was that moment where we realized, wow, we're really good at this. And it's having a client. The client actually did his own wedding there, which was our deadline. And the client invited us, me and my partner at the time, Tal, to the wedding. And actually mentioned us in the wedding speech, like what an amazing job this had been. It was just one of those moments where you sort of sit down, and it's not me, it's the team, it's the guys that we have, it's the people that are passionate about what they do. And yeah, I would say not because it was the most complicated job, but just because it came together, and it was that moment where I think we realized we were kind of grown up.
That's very, very unique, that point in time where you're like, okay, I've made it.
That was it. That was it. We're going to survive. Because when you're a small company, and we're a small company, when you're a small company in the big city or anywhere in the country, it's a day-to-day struggle to identify your values. It's a day-to-day struggle to stick to those values. It's a struggle to find people that share those values, whether they're the people that work for us directly as employees, or whether they're people that come to us as subcontractors. Finding the right people to be on the bus, if you like. The bus is going where it's going, and I know where the bus is going, and I need the right people on the bus and the right people in the right seats on the bus. So when you start to build a company and you reach a point where the key people are in place and the culture can now be spread. What the goal of the company is can now be spread through our subcontractors and through our employees. That to me is when it becomes really fun.
So you spoke about a couple of key things here. First of all, there was that passion about where the artistic value and the practical aspect of the building fit. So you create all this amazing like chainmail effects and the lighting and everything, but it's also very, very robust. It can handle any kind of event that you want to do there.
Yeah.
And also you talked about something that's very, very important. We'll talk about it also about the leadership aspect of this is me, James, these are my values, and these are the values I'm going to imbue into my company, and I seek people who align with these values.